Hello, it's Uncle Jonah here and back, helping you voyage through the sea of beer that is around. And yeah, we're back on the Beer 52 kind of trail, but this one is very interesting. We are going to be having this one, German Pale Ale at 5.2%, by these guys, Vest. Um, I guess it was if it was proper German, it would be with a V and not a W. There we go. GPA or German Pale Ale, Gladwegian Heart, German Head. Well, hopefully we got some head on here. Floral, grassy, and delicately hopped. It's a German Pale Ale with an American twist. It's got Chinook in there. It's got Mittelfrau hops in there. Dry biscuity finish, etc., etc. Westbier. Now, this is interesting. Well, for me, because it goes across two. Oh dear, the old camera was a bit. Oh, sorry, a bit wobbly there. Goes across 2 months because technically it's a Scottish beer, but it also is a German beer too. And weirdly, the tasting notes and all that kind of stuff are in the Scottish magazine, which is here, which is kind of cool. I don't know if you can see that. Chinook and Hallertauer, American hops, blah blah blah. It's quite hoppy, etc., etc. We shall be the judge of that. So it's actually made in Scotland. However, when we look at the next magazine, which is the European Road Trip, they actually have a whole article on West Brewing. There's a lovely quote here. It says, well, let's see, can you focus? Focus, my darling. We always want customers to be able to have a couple of pints without switching up, it says. Now, that's ridiculously Scottish, but at the same time, it's ridiculously German. We want people to have more than a couple of pints. Well, if you actually go to Scotland, you cannot have any pints at all unless you have someone driving you home. So their tap room is going to be empty, perhaps. But their story is quite interesting because their founder is a guy called Petra Weitzel. Obviously, he's from Germany, and then he moved to Scotland to start up his own brewery, etc., etc. But very, very interesting. If you do have the time, and I like doing this. Usually, I like doing it in the summer. Sit in the garden in the summertime, read the magazines. In the wintertime, I don't know why, but I don't seem to read them so much because I'm kind of stuck indoors. It's just something I do. I sit in the garden and read the beers, read the beer 52 thing. Jesus, what is going on? Anyway, GPA, German Pale Ale. I wonder why it's a pale ale and not a lager. Because Germany, obviously, very well known. Ding, ding, ding. Round one, fight. Very well known for their lagers. Scotland, not so much. You can get lager in Scotland. It takes me back. Right, let's get this bad boy in a glass. Whoops. Try and get some head on this bad boy. The problem with these 330 cans is they don't often give you some nice head. Cool. So it is very, very lager looking, but hey, pale ales are kind of that way. For you guys, I don't know if you can see, I mean, you can see me through there, but for me, it is a tiny, weeny bit hazy. Half a finger's head. I'm quite liking the fact that the head has not disappeared as it probably would do had this thing been a lager. So yeah, you can generate some head. which is always good. Oh, I wonder if, because it was made in Scotland, if you guys can see such matters. Water, barley, wheat, and hops and yeast, but no oats. As we all know, oats are definitely a Scottish thing. If you don't have oats, if you don't have your porridge for breakfast, you're not set up for the day. Yes, indeed. Anyway. Very nondescript. It's a kind of non-starter, to be perfectly honest. On the nose, a tiny bit hazy. There is nothing given away at all. I would assume that the Hallertauer is for the bittering, and then they put Chinook in for possible mouthfeel and aroma. Not so much on the aroma, dude, to be honest. And the yeast and malts are giving nothing away either. German efficiency for you, perhaps. Cheers and beers, guys. Hopefully you are doing well. Hopefully you've got a beer in your hand whilst you're listening to Unclejona talking complete nonsense as usual. Cheers, guys. Ooh, so yeah, I'm definitely getting the hops in the mouthfeel. Very zesty up front, and then there is something behind there, perhaps the malt's kicking in. So you're kind of getting zesty, like lemon, lime kind of thing up front, but then it kind of goes a little bit deeper. What was the alcohol in here? 5.2. So it's not the alcohol doing that. There's something going on. I mean, it's not dark, so it's not the malts doing that. So maybe the balance of the hops. But yeah, really zesty, and then it goes a little bit maybe orangey kind of. So it starts off lemony, but then goes a bit more juicy, perhaps. Who knows? Go in for more. Interesting. Oh, yeah. There's something in the kind of something behind or secondary to this beer. It's very zesty up front, and then it goes a bit more, yeah, kind of orange, kind of, yeah, a bit deeper, but not very pronounced. It's not. You have to go seeking it, perhaps. It'll be interesting. I put this beer like I do for most of my pales and lagers and that kind of type beers. Put them in the fridge. Might be good if you had this one straight out of the can. I'm always a bit worried that they're going to get shaken up, especially if they're in transit and then, yeah, explode. With bottles, you can kind of degas them to a certain degree. With cans, you can't do that. The only thing you can do is give them a little bit of a squeeze. If it's really tight and you can't, there's no give in the can, that is a giveaway that that can is overcarbonated. This one, it wasn't so bad, but I still put it in the fridge. Oh, wow. Very well carved. Refreshing with a dry biscuit finish. I'm not really getting the malts on this, to be perfectly honest. I mean, they are there, but it's trying to decipher this malt. I tell you what, it's hop even, not the malt. Let us go to tasting notes. Yes, and the spider diagram. I am definitely a spider diagram lover. So we've got hoppy, we've got malty, not so much, floral, not so much, fruity, not so much, mouthfeel, quite nice. GPA, pale ale, showcasing balance of old world classic German hops, new world American hops. Hallertau Mittelfrüh being the German, obviously Chinook being, the modern. Yeah, dried lemons and peppery spice. And then the Hallertau is herbal quality. Interesting. They don't mention anything kind of modern. Well, I say modern. They don't mention anything juicy there. So maybe it is me searching out, because I'm a big fan of kind of the juiciness. And this isn't a juicy bit at all. I mean, my God, this is almost lager-like. But there's definitely something very interesting going on in the background. Well, if you can get this, if you're up in the land of my fathers, Scotland, well, actually, my father and my mother, yeah, try and seek these guys out, which is West Brewing. West, does it actually say where they are? Let me see, apart from Scotland, they are Glasgow. Well, not central, it's G40. So fuck me. If there's 40 Glasgow postcodes, that's got to be way out there. But back in the day, Glasgow kind of spread out, and people were moved and stuff to new housing projects, as they would call it in America, or council estates. But yeah, G40. Fucking hell. Hey, G40. Wonder if that's what they used to brew it. Probably not. Interesting beer. I like the idea. Oh yeah, a little bit of kind of residual lacing on the glass, but not high up. It didn't hang around too much. There we go. GPA, German Pale Ale from West Brewing, over there, somewhere near Glasgow. If you're up there, try and get one. Would I pay mega bucks to get it? My Scottish side would say no. But yeah, if you can find it, why not try it? Cheers and peace, guys. We'll see you real soon for more beer reviews. If you like my inane banter, click like and subscribe down below, and you'll never miss another beer review. Cheers, guys. We'll see you real soon for more Unclejona wrongness.